Okay, you guys, so today I'm going to be talking to you about forgiveness. And I am going to read this, so bear with me. This is not from yesterday, but this is how it was written. So here it goes. Enjoy. Okay, so yesterday was a day, made it through the night, got off work, and stopped at the gas station because I had none. The little gas tank emblem was showing. So I stopped at the gas station, but in the direction of the store where I was going to get something to eat, even though I'm supposed to be on some type of diet or fast. So I stopped at the gas station and bought my $5 worth of lottery tickets because I am in need of a miracle. And walked back to the car and was ready to get in and check my pockets and did not feel my keys. Because I still had my work pants on, my pockets are pretty large, so I checked and then checked again. And I could not find them. So I walked back into the store and they were not sitting on the counter. So I asked the cashier if she had seen them, and she had not. I continued, and while walking back to the car and went ahead and looked, and there they were on top of some stuff, because my car these days is often a scene of chaos. That's how I left the keys. I calmly walked back into the store/gas station and asked the woman if she had something to help get into a car. She said no, but proceeded to ask people as they came into the store if they could help me. I walked over to the hotel across the path, and the nice lady told me that the person that could probably help me wouldn't be in for another hour. Keep in mind, my dog is in the car and it is pretty warm outside. I graciously told the woman thank you and left and walked down the road a little bit because it was a strip mall, and asked a woman working inside a gas station if she had something. She said she didn't have anything that could help me, but she asked what type of insurance I had and who was my provider. I told her, and she said that I should have roadside assistance and they should be able to help me out. I thanked her and walked back to my car, and then asked a gentleman who had just finished his breakfast. But I had seen him come in driving a company car for parking lot service. He told me there was nothing he could do to help me, and I calmly walked away. The young lady at the other gas station had also told me that I could call 911 because my dog was in the car and it was hot outside. I called the 911 number and they transferred me to the Humane Society, and they offered to come and break my window for me. I hung up the phone and finally called my insurance company on that Sunday morning. They told me yes, that I do have roadside assistance. So she called the tow truck for me and said that it would be an hour. I calmly said thank you and hung up the phone. Moments later, the tow truck called me and said he could be there in 10 minutes. The funny thing is, he made a joke about which one I wanted first, the car keys or the dog. But I did not get upset. At least I didn't let him know that I was. And when he got there, he made me stand there and fill out this paperwork before getting my dog out of the car. But I didn't say a word. Finally got inside the car with my dog, and he was fine, of course. So the best thing I could do for him was to turn on the air conditioning and sit there and love on him. After doing all of that, and for a while, my flesh still wanted the food. So I drove on down the road I'm getting anxious just thinking about this. I get to the store and he poops in the crate. And I tried to get it up and he wouldn't let me. He was aggressive, acting like he was going to bite me, so I let him out. I didn't have a choice. I had to get inside the cage and I didn't want to get bitten. So I let him go. It was in the morning on a Sunday in a strip mall in a nice neighborhood. So the people were kind. Because I don't have a yard, this is what I am forced to do sometimes. Just let him go and hope that he will come back. He always does. He is a terrier and a very smart he is a terrier and very much still a puppy, so he has lots of energy. So sometimes the behavior problems are really because he wants to be free. So anyhow, I let him go and he came right back, but I was still cleaning up the poop. So he took another little tour, but I know he was fine because he didn't go far. So I watched this lady that cleans the strip mall pick him up, and I was grateful. After I finished cleaning up the poop, I went over to her and told her that was my dog. I started explaining to her that I had been just down the street and had locked my keys in the car, and so we had a pretty rough morning. She did not respond at all to what I was saying. Then she asked me his name like she didn't believe that he was my dog. Then she was looking at me funny, and I took my dog and told her that this was not court. As I think about this, I get a little mad. Did she really think that I was that dishonest, that I would walk up to her and claim a dog that was not mine? Or was she saying that I was unfit? I tell you, I calmly talked to everyone about getting into my car, but I could feel my temper coming as I stood there with that woman. When I first thought of sharing this with you, it was about the unfit mother thing. But when I think about it further, I think about when I was in the store trying to buy some earrings. Three women surrounded me and told me that I could not shop for the earrings, but that when I was ready to buy something, to let them know. I had been there the night before and had bought a pair of earrings that I didn't like because I didn't want the people to think that I was up to something. So I ended up coming back the next day to exchange what I had purchased that I didn't really like, but I didn't really like them. But because of the way I was treated, I returned the earrings and simply got my money back. I did end up going to a store that evening and getting a pair of earrings that I really like and that I am wearing now. To give you a little more understanding of why such a simple purchase was so difficult is because I had been wearing the same pair of hoop earrings for more than 20 years. So this was a task for me. But like I said, I knew these things were important and that I wanted to share them with you, but I wanted to make sure that I was connecting my dots correctly. After writing this down and coming back to it later, I realized that the necessary approach to the both of the situations was forgiveness. I say forgiveness because if I really focused on the man that seemed to care so little about a living, breathing creature, I might throw that in my bag to carry around, proving how insensitive and uncaring people really are. Or the woman who seemed like she wanted to keep my dog because either I was unfit or that he just could not possibly belong to me. Or the three women in the store who treated me less than because I was taking too long to figure out what I wanted. And just like I told my dog yesterday, that he is making me a better person because I have to forgive him every day for something. He is still very much a puppy and very energetic. And a very energetic one at that. He is also very cute and smart and loves his mother so much. But I tell you that he does something every day. I just bought a seat cover for my car seat because of the hole he chewed in my leather seat. And then I turned around and he had chewed a hole in the new seat cover. You hear him in the background. He's been waiting too long. But likely it was on the underside. Let me finish because there he is. Stop it. But luckily it was on the underside. See, he's eating now. But luckily it was on the underside, so you can't see it. But I hit the roof on that one. Every day he does something to make me have to forgive him. He bites me constantly, has threatened to harm me over some snacks, and even put holes in my clothing. But give him the chance to leave, and he always comes back. Yesterday, I told him that he is making me a better person because no matter what, I have to forgive. So that's that. Forgiveness, people. It's important. And the puppy thing, you know, I'm a solo act, and I think I've taken the approach of looking at things in an imperfect way. I'm an imperfect person. I don't have all the answers, but I'm on a journey just like you guys are, and I just wanted to make that connection with you and say that we're not there, but we're on the journey to get there, and just sharing something with you that that's real and something that maybe you can relate to. Like I said, I'm a strong individual, and I just happened to be looking online the other day, and you know, just I'm a clicking person like everybody else, and I saw one of those groups, and the people were talking about having puppies, and the people talked about how some days you go outside and you're gonna take the puppy for a walk, and he just, you know, he's in a mood, and he's making it really difficult for you. So, and you just say forget it, and you go back in the house and have a cup of tea. So I thought I was the only one that's just really pressed on some days, but he's licking my fingers right now, but he's really wants my attention, and my intention is to say, and my intention is to show that we're all imperfect and we're all on a journey, but forgiveness is important. Without it, you don't want what's on the other side of that. You don't want to be that person, because like I said, you put that in your bag of whatever you see the world as, whatever you see people as, and if you see it that way, then on the other side of forgiveness is happiness and joy, and that's when you are able to love, and I'm sure that's what we all want. And this little guy here, he's chewing on my fingers, and they say he's not going to be a puppy forever, and then as you go on the journey, and then he gets older, and then you look back on when he was a puppy. So, but we are making progress, and like I I said, he loves me and I love him, and every time he has a chance to leave, he always comes back. So, but yes, I do have to forgive him every day. I remember seeing this one story online, and the lady said about how her puppy got away, and he was some people were playing volleyball or something like that, and how the dog got involved in the game and said she was an hour late for work or something like that. And I laughed because he did that to me one day. I was only like 5 minutes late. For me, that's a big deal because, you know, I'm one of those kind of people. And so, but it made me feel good because the all these little extra things that I have to go through with him and for him, I think it's only me, and it's not. You know, we all have so many shared experiences, and that's the other thing that I want to give you is that whatever you're walking through, whatever your journey looks like, you're not the only one with something that looks that way. So thank you for your time, sending you love and grace, and until the next time, with love.